I hadn't stepped outside for fresh air. I stepped out because if I'd stayed another second, I might have driven my fist straight through the wall. Her voice floated from the half-open window. Sharp, careless, cutting. Laughter followed. Glasses clinking, then the words. My wife's words, cold as steel, without hesitation. I can drop him whenever I want. He's useless to me. The laughter that erupted was vicious, hers the loudest. My heart didn't shatter. It iced over. Something inside me went still. And in that silence, a switch flipped. We had been married 6 years. 6 years of quiet routines, shared meals, inside jokes I believe were ours alone. I'd held her when she was sick. She once told me I was her anchor when life felt too heavy. I believed her. I believed all of it. She wasn't just my wife. She was supposed to be my reflection, my equal, or so I thought. Looking back, the signs had been there. Late nights at the office, her phone always face down, excuses padded with too many details. I dismissed it all. Love has a way of blinding the one who wants to believe most. That night, the house pulsed with her colleagues. Music low, conversation easy, laughter rolling. I lingered at the edges, her dependable shadow, until the laughter cut sharp, until I heard my name dragged like dirt across the floor by the woman who had vowed to protect it. I didn't confront her. I didn't storm in. I simply walked into the cold, letting it cool the rage building inside me. Then I pulled out my phone. Betrayal doesn't just wound. It sharpens. It brings a clarity that's ruthless. For months, I had collected evidence quietly and patiently. Screenshots, bank statements, GPS records from her car, photographs of business lunches that were really dates with him, her senior partner. Every lie cataloged, waiting. I hadn't known when I'd use it. Until that night, until she laughed at me like I was a chained dog on her porch. That was when patience ended. That was when I chose execution. The call I made was short, barely a dozen words. But it was enough. Her lover wasn't just a partner. He was the firm's founder, old-school cutthroat, a man who built an empire on discipline and image. I had sent in the evidence days before, framed as concern for the company's reputation, keeping my identity hidden. That night, I told him the truth. I told him I was at the party. I told him if he wanted proof, he should come immediately. He didn't waste a second. I leaned against the siding as his car tore up the street and skidded to a halt. He didn't close the door before storming inside. His presence cut through the music, the chatter, the laughter like a knife. Gray suit, red-faced, fury made flesh. He spotted her immediately. His hand clamped around her arm, her glass still in it. It slipped, shattering at her feet. "What have you done?" he thundered. Her smile vanished, color drained from her face. The coworkers who had laughed with her just moments before froze, stiff, waiting for the fallout. I stayed in the doorway, calm, steady. She fumbled excuses, loyalty, misunderstandings, but he silenced her before she could finish. Her betrayal wasn't just mine. It was a violation of the company's trust, a scandal threatening the empire he had built. The evidence was already in his hands. The files I had given him weeks ago. Her affair with her superior, falsified over time, dinners billed as business but recorded in hotel bills. In front of everyone, he told her she was done, fired, effective immediately. Her superior, the man she had relied on as her safety net, was doomed too. The room didn't clap, but the silence carried the weight of approval. Colleagues who once shared her jokes turned away, ashamed. The man she'd risked everything for stared at the ruins of his career. Powerless, her eyes finally found mine. For the first time, she truly saw me. Not the weak shadow she believed she owned, not the fool she ridiculed, but the one holding all the strings. Her lips parted, searching for a plea. But I turned and left her to the collapse I had orchestrated. The consequences came fast. Within 2 days, her name was scrubbed from the company website, her email sealed, her reputation obliterated. In a small industry, news spreads quickly. No firm would touch her once rumor became headline. At home, she tried tears, rehearsed apologies, recycled promises. She said she loved me, said it was a mistake, said she was afraid of losing me. But she was already too late. My suitcase had been packed for weeks, hidden in the garage. The house was in my name. Finances secured, lawyer prepared. I didn't shout. I didn't insult her. I only handed her an envelope and gave her 72 hours to leave. People imagine revenge as fire, wild, violent, uncontrolled. They are wrong. True revenge is ice, deliberate, patient, sharp as a blade that cuts before you realize you're bleeding. I didn't need rage. I only needed one careful pull of the thread, and the false life she had woven unraveled beneath her. The last time I saw her was outside the courthouse weeks later. She looked smaller, empty, as if years had been carved from her in days. She tried to meet my eyes, but I passed without a word. It wasn't cruelty. It was closure. Sometimes, late at night, I think back to her laughter drifting through a window, her voice laced with contempt as she bragged she could discard me whenever she wished. She wasn't entirely wrong. She just never thought I'd discard her first. Strip her not only from our marriage, but from the world she believed she commanded. Justice doesn't always wear sirens or chains. Sometimes it's quiet, calculated, executed with a single call. And when it comes, it is devastatingly final.